What is the storyline that has your attention right now in the East?
Well, the bottom half of the East is just falling away just terribly. So there's not much going on there except sadness. So we have to focus at the top. And one of the things I think might matter is home court advantage in the potential conference final series between the 76ers and Nets. By late June, we may see these arenas relatively full. And the 76ers over the last 2 years have been the best home team in the NBA. Home court means a lot to the 76ers. So these teams have been neck and neck, trading back and forth the last couple of weeks. Embiid is back. Durant should be back in the next day or two. We're going to see them hopefully at full power, a race to the finish to who gets that home court. And because neither of these teams have proven that they can get there yet, I think home court could be the difference. So I'm keeping an eye on that race heading down the stretch.
Just a reminder, maybe turning that frown upside down for the sad part of the bottom of the East is we have the play-in tournament. Finishing 7th or 8th no longer guarantees you a spot in the play-in tournament. It's the loser. The 7 versus 8 has to play the winner of 9 versus 10 with the winner advancing to the playoffs. So, I mean, I'm excited for the play-in tournament. So there's at least something if your team is in that sad back end of the East. Jacoby, the storyline you're paying attention to right now in the East.
Well, it's also sad. I mean, we knew that the Sixers were going to contend. We knew the Nets would contend even before they added, James Harden and LaMarcus Aldridge and Blake Griffin. But I didn't expect the Celtics to be this bad. I mean, this team was deep in the playoffs. It was a bubble situation, so we thought maybe they would turn it around, and they've just had so much trouble winning games. We're 49 games into a 7-2-game season. They're below 500. They're below the New York Knicks right now, and they've got Tatum and Brown, but they were having a lot of trouble with their bigs. Thompson's been in and out of the news for various reasons, in and out of COVID protocol. They're playing Mo Wagner and Luke Cornett right now. They don't have Tice anymore. They really need Time Lord to step up. Like, I'm just so surprised at how bad this team is right now. They're below 500, and they're a team that I expected to be in the conversation that may be coming out of the East. Right now, they're in the conversation for maybe hosting a game 1 in round 1, maybe?
Yeah, you're right. It is sad in Boston right now. It feels real heavy. It feels like all of those guys, especially Jalen and Jason, they're carrying a lot of, I don't even know, stuff on their shoulders right now. Before we wrap up, I just want to ask one question about the Eastern Conference, and it has to do with Jrue Holiday. He agreed to a 4-year, $135 million extension that includes bonuses, according to Woj. Brian, quickly, your thoughts on that?
Well, when they traded those 3 first-round picks and those pick swaps for him, they had to extend his contract. They had to re-sign him. He knew that, and they negotiated for almost a month before getting to this, and they had to pay him big dollars. And here's the thing. Cassidy, they can't afford to let him walk out the door, so they have to pay him this money. Will it be a good contract? I don't know. We'll find out in the playoffs. I'm going to tell you this. They've got $530 million tied up in Jrue Holiday, Chris Middleton, and Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's their big 3, for better or worse. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, Drew's saying he's a Buck for life and loves the family-oriented atmosphere in Milwaukee. All right, our 4th question in the road to the finals for Let's Focus on the West. Brian, what is your storyline that you are focused on right now out West?
Yeah, it's the Lakers. It's the Lakers, and not so much their seed. I know people were worried that they may have slipped into the play-in zone. They've actually kept their head above water over the last 10 days or so. They've gotten 3 wins in the last 4 games without LeBron and AD. I'm not worried about their seed. I'm worried about the health of their 2 studs. You know, AD has been out now approaching 2 months with this Achilles issue. And LeBron is, he's never had this injury before. I have no doubt he'll come back relatively soon, within 2 or 3 weeks. But the question is, how is it going to linger him, and how is it going to affect? Because every round in the Western Conference is going to be difficult. So to me, it's the health of AD and LeBron is going to determine the Western Conference this year.
Jacoby?
It's as Wendy said, it's Lakers, Lakers, Lakers. They've got LeBron, they've got AD, but wait, they don't have LeBron and AD. And I love chaos. I'm kind of like the Joker. I just want to see the world burn. I want to see the Lakers get into the play-in, and then get the 7th seed, and then imagine you're the Phoenix Suns. You've had a season unlike any other in the history of the franchise. You end up with the 2 seed, and then you have to play the Lakers in the first round. It just seems so unjust and so chaotic that is what I want to see. But it really is all about the Lakers and how far they slide and how they can keep their head above water, as Wendy put so eloquently in this playoff race.
Yeah, and we're going to get a preview tonight or this afternoon. The Lakers without AD and LeBron taking on this Clippers team, which, no disrespect to the Utah Jazz, I think is the game a lot of people are hoping to see maybe in the Western Conference Finals. Now, Brian, thank you so much for taking the time to join us on Hoop Streams. Make sure to listen to the Hoop Collective wherever you download podcasts. And, of course, you can check out Brian Windhorst on The Jump with our Rachel Nichols during the week.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.